Hey, Patriots. You're probably already using AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Copilot for your coursework. But have you ever gotten a response that was way too vague, totally off topic, or just not what you needed? Well, it's usually the prompt. Today, I'm going to show you some tricks to writing better prompts and getting better results. So, what is a prompt? A prompt is simply the instruction or the question you give to an AI system. Think of it like placing an order at a restaurant. If you walk up and say, "Give me food," you might get anything. But if you say, "I'd like a veggie burger, no onions, with sweet potato fries," you will typically get exactly what you want. The same logic applies to AI. A strong prompt usually has up to 4 elements. You don't always need all 4, but the more you include, the better your results. The first is persona. Tell the AI who it should be, like a specific identity, profession, or viewpoint. That's going to shape the AI's tone, vocabulary, and knowledge focus, so the response matches your specific needs. For example, act as a writing tutor, or you are a senior financial analyst. Number 2, task. Tell it exactly what you want done or the action to perform, such as summarizing a document or writing a blog post. Remember to be specific and actionable. Instead of something vague like write an email, try draft a polite follow-up email to a client, or give me feedback on the clarity of my thesis statement. Number 3, context. Give it the relevant background, situational details, and parameters so it can understand the who, what, and why behind your request. Like, this is for a freshman composition class, and my essay argues that social media increases political polarization. And finally, number 4, the format. Tell it how to respond, specifically how the output should look, its structure and layout, such as in 3 short paragraphs, or give me 3 specific suggestions in bullet points. So instead of, is my thesis good, you would have, act as a writing tutor and give me feedback on the clarity of my thesis statement. This is for a freshman composition class, and my essay argues that social media increases political polarization. Give me 3 specific suggestions in bullet points. Now let's talk about the 3 most common mistakes we see students make. Mistake number 1, as we've been talking about, being too vague. Something like, help me with my paper, versus help me write a strong opening paragraph for a history paper about the causes of World War I. I'm writing for a sophomore level class. Mistake number 2, asking for everything at once. You don't have to give AI everything. Break it into steps and give it feedback along the way. In this example, we start with the summary, then ask for a follow-up for counter-arguments. AI tends to work better in a conversation. Leading me to mistake number 3, accepting the first response. If the answer isn't quite right, don't start over, just refine it. Try, that's helpful, but can you make it simpler? Or can you give me a more formal version of that? As we stated before, AI works better in a conversation. So let's say you're writing a paper on climate change policy for a political science class and you need to understand the opposing viewpoint. A weak prompt would be something like, tell me about climate change, whereas a strong prompt would be, I'm an undergraduate writing a political science paper on U.S. climate policy. Explain the main arguments made by critics of the Green New Deal. Focus on economic concerns. Write at a level appropriate for a college paper in 3 to 4 paragraphs. The strong version gives the AI a lane to drive in. You'll get something you can actually use and then evaluate critically, which brings me to the most important point. AI is a tool, not an authority. Always verify what it tells you, just like you would any other source, especially facts, statistics, and citations. AI's limitations are especially consequential to students. The biggest issue we are seeing is the hallucinations. AI will sometimes generate plausible sounding but fabricated citations. AI is designed to bring you back a good answer, not necessarily a real one. So never use AI generated citations without verifying it in a library database. No exceptions. Basically, it's still plagiarism. If you are citing items you did not read, obviously because they don't exist, then it's still plagiarism. If you have AI write your paper and then turn it in, It is just like paying someone else to write your paper. It's still plagiarism, and you are accountable to what you turn in. Another limitation is the knowledge cutoffs. Most AI tools have a training cutoff date. For current literature, typically anything published in the last 1 or 2 years, go directly to the databases. AI cannot replace a database search. It can help you get started, organized, and maybe even focused, but it is not the final product. And third is the discipline-specific nuance. AI trained on broad data may flatten the distinctions that matter most in your field. Treat its output as a first draft of thinking, not a final answer. That's why we are here. Your librarians at the Muntz Library are here to help you find credible sources, show you how to navigate the databases and searching more efficiently, refine your topic, or even back up or check anything AI generates. Remember, the better your prompt, the better your starting point. As always, we are here to help.